So I got a review from a lot of people asking me, how do I start a poultry farm? How do I start a poultry farm? So today I'm here to lay out the process of starting a poultry farm. You can start small and you can grow with it, and at the end of the day you can have it big. You don't necessarily have to start with a large flock of birds. Okay, you can start with 500, 200, 1,000, and at the end of the day your progress will determine your success in poultry. These are the steps of which you can follow if you want to start a poultry farm. So the first thing that you want to consider is the number of birds that you want to raise. As a beginner, you can start with 500 birds. I'm not restricting you to 500 birds, but you can start with 500 or 1,000 birds. And if you know the number of birds that you want to raise, the next thing that you want to do is to budget for your birds. And this budget is going to include the feed, also going to include your housing units, some equipment that you need, such as the drinkers and the feeders. You also factor into an account your brooding materials, as the materials that you use to raise your day-old chicks. You also factor into account your medications and your vaccination. If you want to have a comprehensive estimate about your budget, I can assist you with your budget. After you design your budget, the next thing you do is that you look out for the source of your DOC, and that is very critical. So the breeder farm has maximum influence on the progress of your birds. Don't just pick your birds from any source. Okay, make sure that you are sourcing it from the right place. Having these breeder farms, they can also design your medication and vaccination schedules, and you also need the consultation of a veterinary, and they can help you with your medication and vaccination schedules. Hit me in my DM if you want to have a fair knowledge of your medication or vaccination schedule. The next thing that you do is to receive your birds. You receive your birds in the brooder house, okay, and that's where we start brooding. That's the raising of your birds from DOC up to the ages where they've been able to breed feathers, so they can control their body temperature. That's what we call brooding, to provide them with feed and water with the adequate temperature, and also with medications and vaccinations. The next thing that you have to do is to follow a good managerial practice, because after you've brooded your chicks, okay, you need to take care of them. At 5 months, your eggs will be able to pay for your feed. What happens is that from day 0 to the time that the birds start laying, it is all cost. At the 5th month, that's where you'll be getting adequate eggs to cater for your feed and also other expenses. With that, you've not even break even your profits. From your 20th weeks up to the 25th weeks, you still have some number of eggs that can be able to pay for your feed. But at the 36th to 37th or to 38th week, hopefully that time you can be able to say that, no, I'm getting a positive income, okay? Because at that time you've been able to clear out the debt from their day-old chick up to the point of lay. That's the philosophy about poultry. From their 38 weeks going, that's where you get real money, okay? That's where you get positive income, up to the point that you even sell the birds, which is another revenue that you can also gather, okay? Through my estimates, if you are raising just 500 birds, at least a month you can make around 9,000 to 10,000 a month. This is a good deal. If you can follow this process, I believe you can be one of the biggest poultry farmers in the industry. So hit me up, follow my channel, and you can DM me so we can have a good comprehensive estimation about your layer projection in the future. Thank you and have a very good day.